Hello, it's T with Teaquilts, and today is Wednesday, September 9th, 2020, and we are doing Teaquilts live chat today. And if you're watching this at any other time other than 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, then you are watching an upload unless you're already in the chat room currently. So we're just going to wait for people to get in. I came in a couple minutes early. Just pulling you guys up on my phone so I can read the chats closer when we get there. So welcome everybody. I don't even know why I'm here for real. I just showed up. I think we only got about maybe less than a minute before I can start officially. 6:59. Got quite a few comments already. People saying hello. So okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We've got Phyllis G here saying hi T and everyone from North Carolina. Vivian Cavey says hi T and everyone. And we've got Francis Jackson says hi T and everyone. Francis from Lathrop Village, Michigan. Remo says good evening T and quilters. And she's asking, is T on now? From Bowie, Maryland. I think it gives you like a notification maybe a little bit earlier than when I come on. I'm not sure since I don't get notification for myself, but I'm thinking that's what's happening. Lisa Pegg says she'll be here in about 13 minutes. Maria says, she says, hi everybody. I'm clipping a baby rag blanket. I'll just watch until I get it done. Sure I will. When have I ever just watched? And I'm glad that you're not blocked, because I like took her off and it wouldn't unblock her in the last chat. So that's good. Do you all use those fiscal shears or what? I just broke mine. Remo's reminding people to thumbs up. Ellen Quilting Campbell is here saying hello everyone. Be sure to give T a thumb up and enjoy your evening. Hi Ellen. Diane 57 is here. I'm sure she's here. Just late minute touches. Maddie Barnum says, let me go back. Something popped up. Maddie. It jumped down to the end. Hold on. She's saying hi T and everyone. And then she's starting to say hi to other quilters in the room as well. Winspirter says hello from Maryland. Veronica Williams is here, says she's from Decatur, Alabama. Maria Mayer is here. She says hello, everyone. Rachel McCauley says hello. Cheryl Clute says hello, T and everyone. Lisa Peck says hello, Miss T and everyone. Regina Connor is here. She says hi, T and fellow quilters. I did get sort of a response back from the wood turner. I'll talk about it in a minute. Kim Burr says, good evening, T and T Quilters. Hi, Kim. Judy is here saying, hello, Quilt Gang. Susan Martin says, you're so funny, T. Rhonda Borlow says, hello, T and everyone from rainy Savannah. Mary says, you are a fearless leader at T. You have to be here. I know, I just showed up. Emily Zahoot says, hello, T and everyone. Made it again today. Wow, that is awesome. It's in the middle of the night. It's like 1 or 2 o'clock for her in the morning, something like that. My screen jumped again. I guess I can't look down because it's like doing a page down when my lids go down, I guess. Don't flash my lids. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where did I leave off. Okay, Marcia, she says, good evening, tea and all. Kevin the Quilter is here. He says, you're here because you are a queen of scraps. Laughing out loud, never mind me while I sit here chomping on my lemon pound cake. Hey, T Quilters, he is so bad. He is so bad. He's going to get put in timeout today. And Carr says, hello, T and everyone from Oklahoma. Janet Mackerel says, hello to all. Elaine Doucette's here. Lisa says, I'm spending 5 days with my 2 young granddaughters while their parents are gone. 1 day, and I'm already tired. Got that right. Melinda C is here saying, hello, T and Quilter's friends from Lake Wales, Florida. Thumbs up. Thank you so much, Melinda. Claudette Bettis is here saying, hello, T and everyone. Cheryl Bean says, hi, T and everyone. Cynthia Shades here out of Chicago saying, good evening. Doris O is also here saying, good evening, T and T Quilters. Let's see. Lisa Diecker is here. She says, hi, T and everyone. I'm trying to organize sewing area while listening and eating, laughing out loud. Patricia Carluccio says, hi, T from North Carolina. Hi, Patricia. Let's see. People saying hello to each other. And Pamela Tabor is here. She says, that Kevin, stop teasing. And Patricia is wondering, has anyone heard from Tiffany? I have not. Sometimes she would email me status updates, so it's kind of concerning when she's been completely quiet. I'm hoping someone has heard from her. Linda Griffith says, hi, T from Smoky, California. Yes, I've been seeing some of the YouTube videos on the fire. It looks bad. It looks bad. I mean, the sky is like orange, and it's daytime. It's horrible. Oh my gosh. Just praying for those people, and it's so many acres that is on fire, and I don't even think they even got a handle on it yet. And Pamela's also saying hi, T and everyone. Mario Dennis is here, says hello from Montreal. Hello, welcome. And Quote Gals here says hi, T and everyone from Muggy, Maryland. Carol Green's here saying hi, T and all. Pamela's eating catfish and spaghetti. I gotta go to your house, girl, because I cook seafood, but my husband doesn't eat any seafood, so I don't do it as often. Just because I have to figure out something else for him to eat. So, but yeah, I need to come with you. Teresa McCormick says hello, T and all from Wisconsin. People talking to each other. So I'm with a dream is here saying, hey, everyone. And Kevin, he just being bad. We're going to put him in timeout so he can't type. And Kim says that Tiffany has an awful headache and she has a doctor's appointment this week. So I'm glad that she's going to get that. And hopefully they'll give her some strong medication for her. Because if she's had it that long, I'm sure it's pounding now. Cheryl, she was not feeling good the other night. Remo says, thank you, T. Just purchased package of blades from Harbor Freight. Yes, honey, get them there. They all wear out because I bought those awful ones that's supposed to be extended life. Those things ain't extended life. I bought them and I put it in this year, and already I need to replace the blade. So, and I don't cut everything with my rotary cutter, so I'm not convinced. That's all I'm gonna say. Eileen Crane had a message. It disappeared. She says, where are you, T? I'm at home. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. I live in that area, the metropolitan area. Winfred says, good evening, Mrs. T and Quilt family. Welcome back. We haven't seen you in a few weeks. Darlene Formers here says, greetings from Northern Virginia. And Phyllis G is back saying hi T and everyone. She was the first one commenting up there at 6:19 p.m. Robin Boyd's here, says hello, started my pineapple quilt. 2 done out of 48. Hey, it's better than 0 done out of 48, I can tell you that. So that's pretty cool. And Kevin's over there and crying now, talking about, oh no time out, please, laughing out loud. And you know, that's what I was just finna say, that Diane will put them in time out, and she right up under it. She going, I will do it too. She mad she don't have cake either. Eric Otis here going, hey. Oh, that is too funny. And Eileen was laughing at me saying when I said I'm at home. Vicky Lemire's here saying hello. And then Kevin's now trying to get out of trouble, talking about if anybody needs time out, it's Eric. Eric just got here. He hasn't done anything yet. He talking about, I need a nap time. You got that right. They working you hard. So a lot of people just saying hi to each other. And Mary not right either, telling Kevin that you're safe because if T puts you in timeout, she has to come take care of your chickens. I told y'all, he got to be like dead or something for me to go do them chickens. Not me. But yeah, why are we here? Because it's Wednesday chat, and I don't have a whole lot to even report on. I did a lot of reporting on Saturday when I was just doing the chat and so about what the front part of my weekend, like Thursday and Friday and Saturday, I kind of told you all updates then. The only thing I have is the wood turner. I contacted the wood turner, and you all had some requests about mini tool sets that would work for sewing machines. And so I actually called him. And then the other request was about that sewing machine ruler having 45-degree angles. So we'll talk about the sewing tools first. The mini sewing tools. He's going to send me a prototype. And then I have different brands of sewing machines. So I have a Baby Lock. I have a Singer. I have some older machines as well. And he's going to do like a mix of different tips. And then, because he knows that all sewing machines have different sizes that you need in order to get in here. And I did tell him, I think his wife has a Bernina, and I told him, don't use hers as a model if he was only going to do a few, because Berninas have different systems than everybody else. Different stuff and different ways stuff hook on and all of that kind of stuff. So he's going to make something up, send me a prototype, and then I can show you guys what that looked like when he gets it to me. I don't know a price on that yet because he's got to figure out, he's just going to go to the hardware store and just buy what he needs, and just to make a prototype. It's not going to be the final product. And then he'll have to see what kind of price he can get on how much he has to buy to get a decent price. So I don't know the price on that yet. For the sewing machine ruler rack that was requested, I had a couple of people wanting it bigger, and he was saying that studs and walls are 16 inches, so he was recommending something that was 18 inches. One person suggested making it 20 inches. He did get back to me right before I went live, because he knows I go live on Wednesdays, but I didn't have time to email him back. He gave me a price of $55 for him to do that, because he's basically using double the material, because the small one was only 11 inches. But I don't know what, I don't know if he gave me that price for 18 inches or if it's for 20 inches, and that's what I'm kind of confused on. So that's why I haven't contacted people that were interested where I emailed you before to get your suggestions. He also is going to put on the back, the people wanted it at 45-degree angle so that they could put it on their wall. and he was going to also either include a hole or the hardware for you to hang it on the wall. And I'm not sure if he's going to do the hole or hardware, but then that's additional work that he'd have to do. So I'm just kind of keeping you abreast that I have followed through with him. I have talked to him. I think he loves Teaquilters, because even if a lot of the ruler racks don't sell, it's giving him an idea of things that he can do in the future just from communicating with you guys. So, and he'll probably even add that mini tool set, even if we don't order it for our sewing machines, because he's hearing that there's a need for it and people want it to match what they already have. So just know that more information will be coming. I just don't have it all at this point. Let's see. I saw some comments coming up. June's telling people to hit the like. No, not June. That's Patricia. Thank you, Patricia. June is here. She's saying hi, T, and everyone. Sandra Adger is here. She says, hello all from Smoky, California. 56 of 64 pineapples done. All right. Yes. Yes. Way to go. She's only got 10 more to go. And that's when I got to that 20 more to go, I was just like in panic mode, like, I don't want to make another one. But I got my 100 done, so I'm glad that I'm where I'm at. So great job, Sandra. Let's see. Let's see. I need to make Kevin a moderator. Let me make him a moderator, because they finna put you in timeout for real. There you go, Kevin. Now, I hope you were a moderator and I didn't put you in timeout or put you in hide from this channel, because you know I hit the wrong thing on this phone. It does what it want to do sometimes. Elaine Doucette says, too funny. What did Kevin do besides eat pound cake and not share? Kevin, oh, he's in here rubbing it in people's face that he's got the pound cake. So now let me tell y'all the story from last week's live when I did the birthday shout outs. I wrote everybody's name on a piece of paper, put them on top of my long arm, face down. I mixed them up before I went and got my husband. I come back and I mix them up again. And then he even turned his head, even though he couldn't see the paper. And he picked one, and it was Kevin. So, of course, I let Kevin know that he won. And he goes, no, they're going to think it's set. Just pick somebody else. I'm like, Kevin, you won fair and square. I said, my husband picked it. I even turned over all the other names so that he could see that there were other people's names written on the papers. And he was surprised, too, when he got it. When stuff like that happens, you're supposed to get it, okay? So, I know Kevin. I know he don't need any fabric. He don't need anything I got hanging around here. So, I decided to make him a pound cake. So, that's why Kevin has the pound cake, okay? So, we'll be a little bit nice to him, but he needs to quit rubbing it in, okay? He is so bad. Vicky says, what else? Okay, Diane, a few more steps to wash it, rug, and I'm done. I don't know what she's talking about. She's talking to Diane anyway, so I don't need to know. And then, of course, Eric asking what Kevin did, and Kevin comes back talking about nothing, Eric, I am innocent. Well, you know when somebody comes out like that they are messed up. Diane says, I have a Nomi singer and a baby lock. And that's why I told him, that, you know, because he's going to try to see if he can get a bit kit that has a lot of bits and not just one or two. So we're trying to make it so that when we flip these other ends, that we've got at least 8 to 10 different types of screwdrivers. And I did tell him that we wanted to make sure we at least had one Phillips, maybe even 2 Phillips, if he could. But it just depends on what's out there on the market that he's using and what kind of price he can get, so he can still keep it sort of reasonable, you know. So that's where we're at on that. And thanks, Diane, for the sewing machines. And that's why he's going to send me a test packet. I got so many machines around here. I'm just saying, Baby Lock and Singer. I got some older machines as well. I got a Singer Featherweight, and I got another older machine. I also have a Kenmore. So I got plenty of machines that I can go, and I don't even know what my niece brand, what brand hers is, maybe a brother. Her machine is here too, so I'll try those tools on different machines to make sure that everybody can get their needle bar off, and then also your plate, to make sure you can get the plate off, at least those two things. Let's see. Eric's pretty smart. He go, he's guilty. I'm not buying it. And Eric's reminding everybody, don't forget the next Zoom chat is coming up this Sunday, 9/13. The information will be posted on the Teaquilts Facebook group page. Eric, you are a moderator, so when you post it, make sure that you make it an announcement when you're done. You should be able to do that. If not, can you let me know, please? That's why I made you a moderator. And then that way, when people come to the group, it'll be up at the top all the time. And then once that meeting's over, we'll just take it and get it off the announcements. And then the next time, we'll add the next one up there. Kim says, I have a Viking Daisy and Viking Topaz. And I don't have, I think I got a friend that's got Viking, but I don't have Vikings machines. I don't have any Viking. Mario says, I got to get a cam for Zoom. You can use your phone. However you're getting on the internet, if you've got a camera, you can just use that to go into Zoom. I know you got to have internet on it. So if you can get to internet, I don't even think you have to have a camera, because you don't even have to have camera access. But we prefer people, when you come into the Zoom, to be there in person, because that's the whole point of the Zoom. But if you don't have a camera, just let us know when you come in that you don't have a camera. So we're not thinking you're trying to hide from us, okay? Leetta Bryan is here. She says, hi, T and everyone. Hi, Leetta. And Mario's reminding people, says, my thumb is up. Is yours? Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And Kim's telling Eric and Kevin to play nice. And Remo says that she don't do Facebook because of security with job. But we still, the Zoom doesn't have anything to do with Facebook, because it's outside of Facebook, but the link information is there. So maybe we can figure out how to get you link information. And he's telling her, okay, so Eric's already handling it. Cheryl says, my quilt guild is doing Bonnie Hunter's pineapple pattern. 246-inch blocks. Say crazy. Kelly A is here, says, hi, Miss T and T Quilters. Hope you're all well. Yes, thank you so much. I am. Lighten 1210 says, hello to everyone. Hi, welcome. I'm not going to say your name. LaConte Middleton is here, says, hello, everyone. Welcome. Kelly A is talking to somebody else. I'm trying to see if I can get down here. And she says, Kevin needs to share that pound cake. Oh, Vicky was saying that I painted and washed rug in the stairway so I can put a few shelves up there. Okay, that's pretty cool. My brother is here. He says, hey, sis, I'm here. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone stays safe. And I already gave you my thumbs up. Hey, welcome. Thank you. T, if you really want to be on Kevin the Quilter's good side, you would get him a chicken. Nope. Not unless it's Miss Crochet. I am not handling wildlife. I had to, one story when my daughter was younger, and in daycare, mind you, my daughter is so competitive, been that way all her life. So whatever she's involved in, if it's a competition, she don't have to win anything but the fact that she won, okay? She goes all out. So they do show and tell every Friday. So, you know, she's taking the talking Chatty Cathy down. She done took various different toys, you know, to impress the kids or whatever at the daycare. Well, I guess she wasn't getting a good enough recognition. So unbeknownst to me, she goes to my mom, who's a gourmet chef. Tells my mother that she needs something for show and tell. Because she's got to be the best. She's got to have the best show and tell. Well, my mother comes up with, how about we take a lobster? Now, nobody is talking to me. But they decided that they're going to take a lobster to the daycare, not even regular school. Daycare. She's competitive. So, the morning I'm getting ready to take her to daycare on Friday. Thursday night, my mom calls me and says, can you come over here and bring Steph? And I said, what do you need something? And I'm concerned because she's calling me in the evenings after I've got off work, and she normally waits till the weekend when I was working. And she says, no, I just need for you to pick up something. I said, okay, because my mom, they can be real secretive. You know how older Southern people are. Go pick up their package or whatever. You don't know what the package is. It could be money. It could be a 20-pound turkey. You don't know what you're picking up. So I just said, okay, let me just go over here so she can calm down and I can come back home and chill out so I can go to work tomorrow. I go over there. This woman got in a bucket of live lobster. And then my daughter was just beside herself, so excited. Now, who's got to pick up this bucket with this water in it, this 5-gallon bucket of water, because she can't carry it, and pull it to the car with this live lobster in it? I don't like stuff like that. So I ended up getting my brother to put it into the car. Then when I got home, I had my husband take it out the car. Then my husband, he works early, so he couldn't put it in the car. It was wintertime. He couldn't put it in the car. So I had to get this thing out the car, but I made her hold part of that handle while I held part of that handle, okay? And then when we got there, we had to get it out. And I'm thinking, this lady is going to freak out. We're bringing a lobster to a daycare. So we drop it off. I asked her if it was okay. And she says yes, and I didn't think anything else of it. So I go to work, I come back, and I'm thinking to myself when it's time for me to pick her up, I sure hope that I don't have to do anything with this lobster, because I can't be bothered with this lobster anymore. I went in there to pick up my daughter, and my daughter come back, and she says, Mom, we had such a good time. I said, what you do today? That lobster, everybody was just fascinated with the lobster. And then Miss Bobby, she cooked that lobster. She took that lobster and she just put it in a pot of boiling water. And then guess what, Mom? I said, what? We ate it. And she has been competitive all her life. You hear me? But I'm not touching any animals other than small dogs. Maybe cats. I'll do some cats. I don't even like all cats, but I'll do some. Vicky Tomato, I don't have camera. I'd scare you all. Rachel McCauley says, T, what sewing machines do you have? I think I said what most of them were. I have, this is the Baby Lock Elagio. I saw one on the Facebook Marketplace in St. Louis. Somebody was selling it. I thought they was asking a little too much for it, so I didn't share it in Teaquilts group. But this is the Baby Lock Elagio. It's also an embroidery machine. It has an embroidery unit, but it takes a floppy disk drive. When I knew floppy disks were going out, I just went to the Office Depot store and I bought like a box of 100 of them, so I would always have it. And then I also bought an external floppy disk drive that's USB. Over here is also a Baby Lock. That's the Baby Lock Elissimo, the very first version that they came out with. And then I also have Singers. I have like 4 or 5 Singers, so let's start. I got a Singer CXL, a Singer XL 1000, the Singer 9600. I think that's the number. The one that sold backwards on me once. Well, no, it did it like 2 or 3 times, and then it just stopped. I just got it back yesterday from the quilter that I let use it while hers was in the shop. I picked it up yesterday. I got a Singer Featherweight. And then I've got a Kenmore sewing machine. I don't know the model on that. That was actually my very first sewing machine in 1986. I had let my daughter use it, but then when she moved out, she took it with her, and then she decided she wasn't going to quilt anymore, so she gave it back to me, so I got that. I got a friend's, her mom passed, and I bought her mom's old sewing machine. I don't know what it is. I got another Singer 301A maybe. I bought on Facebook Marketplace for like 30 bucks or something like that, because I bought it to see if I could use it at quilt retreats, since it was only 30 bucks. I got a Singer treadle. And then I also have a Singer clone from my grandmother. It was one of those clone machines that they made when the featherweights came out, that was made over in Japan or something. I don't know. But it was my grandmother's machine. I don't sew on it. It's just sentimental value for me. So I have that one as well. Trying to make sure I got them all. I think that's it for right. Oh, the long arm, of course. I think that's it off the top of my head. So, and I don't even know what brand that other machine is, if it's a Singer or Kenmore or something else that I bought from my friend, from her mom. So, and then Eric says that, Rachel, we're going to be here all night if T give you the full answer. I do have a video that I show, like I said, what sewing machines do I own. Because when I do lectures and stuff and I show people all the work that I do, they think that the machine did the work, not the user of the machine, you know. And so I did make that video just so people would stop asking me what type of machines I have. So you can go watch that video if you want to see them. However, from the Singer Featherweight, the Singer 9600, and my long arm, and the one I got from my friend's mom, those 4 are not in that video. But all the others are, and I kind of show you what they look like and all of that kind of stuff. So I do have that. I need to do an update, like just add the machines that are not in that video, but I haven't done that yet. So maybe I'll download that video and then just add to it and then re-upload maybe. Patricia says, you ever get that machine from your friend T? It's in the shop right now, so still trying to figure that out. I think the machine had sat for like maybe 2 years, although it was pretty new. And so she wanted to put it into the shop to make sure everything was working on it. And then I'm going to actually go sew on it once she gets it back from the shop, because I don't want to, we haven't fully talked about price or whatever. She's like giving me a ballpark range or something like that. So I need to know exactly what it is that she wants. I keep asking her exactly what it is that she wants for it, and so I'm not getting that answer. But I do plan to I'm still pursuing that, yes. Sharon Lewis is here. She says, hi, T and everyone. Tiffany is here. Hey, Tiffany, we were just asking about you, girl. People been sending prayers for you for a while. Just so sorry that you're having a serious migraine over there, girl. She says, hi, T and friends. It hurts to read and look at the screen, so I'm here to listen, but I'm here. And she sends up some hearts. And we love you as well. Hoping you get better, girl. And Vicky saying, Tiff, glad to see you. Hey, Tiff, good to see you. Cheryl says, Tiffany, hope you are feeling better. Why the heck would you bring live lobsters to a daycare? That's and who would have thought we talk about lobster in a live quilting chat room, okay? We get so off topic. Let me see. I'm gonna hold off right here for a minute. I know y'all laughing at my story. Um, Kevin to my laughing out loud. That is such a great story. T lobster for lunch at daycare. You got that right. And it was like they only had like 10 to 12 kids, so that lobster was huge. I'm sure everybody got to taste that wanted to eat that lobster. And I'm sure the owner ate most of that lobster. Okay, but yeah. And my daughter to this day loves lobster. When she go out, she'll get the seafood boil and get the whole thing. She loves it all. Yes, honey. And my daughter even convinced, and I'm looking at Diane. She's saying, oh my, you had your hands full. Yes, I did. My daughter and my mom, there was something else. My daughter was trying, her birthday's in February. She wanted to have a summer birthday party, but I told her I wasn't paying for it. A half-year birthday party, right? How come my mother decides to throw her a half-year birthday party? Them two were something else. When them two got together, you didn't know what was going to happen. Diane says, I want a Janome treadle machine just in case power runs out. And that's why I had got the Singer, because I thought it would be so cool to learn on it. And I haven't even touched it. So before I even use it, I got to pull out the book now to figure out how to oil this thing before I start trying to use it. It's been sitting. I was going to get it when I retired, but then I found it. It kind of fell in my lap. And I probably had it maybe 2 or 3 years before I retired. So it's been like 7 or 8 years that I've had that single treadle and haven't sewed one stitch in this house on it. Now, I did sew on it. The lady showed me how to use it when I bought it. And I was able to get some stitches going. And she said, you're in a good rhythm. You just need practice now. So I fully understand what I'm supposed to do. But I have lost all of what I've learned, okay? Kim says, I'm thinking seriously about getting a Singer heavy duty to have an extra heavy duty machine. And that's what I kind of feel like my Kenmore is. Because I sold everything on that Kenmore. Even made my own jeans and everything with that Kenmore. I just don't know if my daughter has all of the feet that came with that machines. And I don't think I'll be able to get like the specialty feet that I would need. And my brother talking about you got too many sewing machines. I think you need to call my husband or something. Y'all need to find y'all some business together. That's what I think. Okay? Yeah. And Eric's asking, did you know me make a treadle? I don't know anything about it other than I got the Singer. I'm sure Diane knows. Deanna J is here saying hello all. Mario says, I love my brother SQ9130. All that is missing is the auto thread cutter. Yeah, and I even if it has a does it have a push button on it? Sometimes they have a push button cutter. That's fine. Joan Elkins is here saying hi to everyone. Vicky says, I got a brother SE400 and Baby Lock Jazz 2. And that's the one that came out after the Elissimo models, the Jazz 2. I think the Jazz 2s did. And Eric says, I don't care for lobster. You know, I will not buy lobster, but if it's like something that's already there, then I'll eat it. I'm not, it's okay. I don't think it's worth the money. If you're going to spend all that extra money to eat lobster, I just don't. I'll eat something else. T, can you get me an embroidery machine? Laughing out loud, I'm broke. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm broke too. Sue says, I'm addicted to vintage machines. Estimation point around 40 in my herd, including 5 featherweights. Now, you need to talk to Kevin, because he loves vintage machines. And she says she's got 5 301s, assorted other vintage Singer 2, embroidery machines, a long arm serger, and my Spartan. Now, I didn't even mention, so that's the thing I forgot to put in the previous video was the sergers, because they're not in my face. I haven't used my serger since I stopped making clothes, so I got 2 of them. I have one that I bought myself when I first started making clothes. It's a Burnett 2. I bought it, trying to think. I started sewing in 1986. So I'm going to say probably 87 or 88 when I realized I needed a serger. And then my sister passed, and I got her surgery as well. And I'm not even sure what brand it is. When I first got it, I opened it up to see what was in it. It was a little bit more modern, of course, than mine, but I haven't used either one, but I do have it. I have two. Kim says, I don't have any heavy duty yet. That's why I need to get one. Deanna says, I would love to see a Janome treadle. Maria says, my grandma had a treadle singer machine. Vicky, my baby like jazz too, costs new. So that's not the one. It was another one, another big brand that came out. She says her that cost $699 new. So that's not the one, because this Elissimo, when it came out new, it was like $8,000. I didn't buy it. I got it used. I bought it from my friend who passed. I bought it from her family. So that's how I got that one. I bought this one from my friend before she passed so that she could buy that one. And then when she passed, I wanted something concrete from her, not just a piece of fabric. And so I helped them sell all of her machines. She had 2 sewing machines, 3 sewing machines. The family kept one, and I sold the 2, this one to me and another one to one of the other ladies in our small group. She was a member of our small group. And then she also had a Tin Lizzie long arm that also was sold to a lady in our group. So they wanted somebody that knew her to have her big purchase items, and that's kind of what we did. And Vicky says that machine has a 12-inch throat. I highly recommend Singer treadles. Most manuals can be found online at no cost. Yes, and I think I even have the original manual. Kevin's laughing at me talking to my brother. That's funny. I'm gonna send him and my husband because they both finna go downhill fast. Okay. Kenmore was made by Janome. That's from Diane. I love Singer vintage machines. That's Kelly. Says most of them are workhorses, but I'd stay away from current Singers, heavy duty or not. The company and its products on what they used to be, and that is so true. I had never had a Singer sewing machine so backwards until I got that 9600, and I don't know if I'm the only one. I did not even go out and try to Google it. No, I did, and it was somebody else that said that they're sewed backwards too. And then they couldn't find anybody to repair it. But I knew that my guy, he would do it, but he probably wasn't supposed to. See, people don't even want to work on Singers anymore. And then the company that owns them, like Viking Janome owns Singer, and Husqvarna, I think those 3 are all grouped together. I think they own Singer if they haven't sold it recently. And they don't even want to talk about it. But then you put it out here in Joann's, and you put it out here in these Walmarts and Targets to sell, but then there's nobody that want to do service on them because they're so bad. Teresa says, I purchased a single treadle from an estate sale. It was a new machine for her. She used it her whole life. I need to get a belt for it. And there's like, I have a place that used to be a Singer only dealer, and now they do all brands but Singer, but they still have the history behind it to work on Singer. So if you can find somebody, they'll get you a belt. People will work on the vintage Singers, but they won't work on the newer models of Singers. Mario says no push button to cut that thread. Angela Stringer is here. She says, good evening, T and T Quilters. I told Angela on Facebook we gotta meet because she's a hoot. Kevin's clowning about that cake, and she's in there putting up toilet paper pictures. That was too funny. Eugenia is here. She says, T, I love your response to your brother. Leave your machines alone. I feel the same way, yes. And they don't even understand that all of them are not necessarily for me all the time. Like, this lady needed a machine. I had a machine she could use, you know. It's funny, but you just leave. I'm not bothering anybody. My lights are on. I'm still in my house. You haven't paid for any of it. Leave me alone. I do what I want to do. Sandra says, loving the lobster story. Kevin says, love me a Singer 301A. Um, let's see. Sue says, I got my Spartan from Kevin, laughing out loud. Now, that's funny. Robin says, I was given a treadle Singer sewing machine when I was 10 years old from my neighbor who left it for me when she passed away. She was 97 years old. Wow. And it still sews a perfect stitch. And that's the thing about the old machines. It's like they didn't have all these extra parts. They just had absolutely what was needed, and that was it. And they're perfect and still working. How many new machines can you say that about that's not giving you any issues? Like, I don't think a featherweight has ever sewed backwards, you know. I'm just saying. Cheryl says, I have a Singer 9960. That's probably the number I'm talking about when I'm saying 9600. Quantum Stylist. Works great so far. And I'm glad that it's working for everybody else. But I know when it's sold backwards on me, I remember doing a Google search to see if it had happened to somebody else. And I know I found at least one person. And they didn't have any solution. Theirs was sewing backwards like just for days. At least when I cut mine off and let it sit for 10 minutes and come back, it'll sew straight for a little while, and then it'll just go back and do it again. But it did that 3 times, and then I let it sit for like a year. I didn't touch it at all. And then I just had it cleaned because I was going to originally let somebody sew on it at the retreat. That's why I had it cleaned. And I don't know if the cleaning helped or whatever, but it ended up that it hasn't sewed backwards since, and I let this lady use it. I purposely gave her that machine, and that if she had any trouble, I could take her another machine, but I wanted somebody to sew on it. I sewed on it for a month after I got it, or before I got it clean, because I knew I was going to get it clean. So I sewed on it a month before I got it clean, and it didn't sew backwards. And so I wanted somebody that was going to sew on it for a few months, and so she did sew on it for about 3 months. Maybe even 4, because it was like April, I think, when I gave her that machine. So, and it's been fine. So I'm glad it's working. Sue says, totally agree about the modern machines. Have 3 that are over 100 years old. I have 3 Singers, a Viking Ruby, and 2 Fofs. How do you like the Spartan? That's Kevin asking Sue. She says, I've had great luck with Fit and Sewing back for servicing vintage machines. And that's this shop that I was talking about, Sue. You got to drive all the way across town to get to them. But they are the experts in this area, in my opinion, for vintage machines. Now, if you bring them a Singer 9960, I don't think that they're good with that type of stuff. I think they're great because once they got out of the Singer business, they stopped training their technicians on that. And the owner, Ray, he doesn't work on the machines anymore. He knows about them, but he's not a technician anymore. He's running the shop. So you're not going to get the same service on Singers as you would have in the past, other than your vintage machines. She says it's brother that bought Singer. It was, well, then it's a recent purchase because Singer was owned by Husqvarna Viking because a Foff dealership told me that in Columbia. Because I was surprised at all the things under their umbrella. But so now that it's back to brother, maybe brother will do something with it eventually. I don't know. Kelly says, I talked with my sewing machine repair guy, a private business, not affiliated with or sponsored by any brand. Asked him, what's in your shop for repairs most often? And 2, what would you buy? Okay, and I don't know if Kelly gave us an answer or not. And Diane said she used different machines for different projects. That's kind of what I did when I didn't have a long arm. Like I got this one over here set up just to do embroidery. This one I sew on. And then once I had another one set up, one of my other Singers, my XL1000, was for my machine quilting. I purposely, when I get a new machine, I piece on it. I try to do some of the fancy things that I know I might need to do, like buttonholes, attaching a button. I like to use the edge foot guide, and then I do free motion quilting, I do some decorative stitches, and then I decide where I'm going to put that machine in my rotation of use. And that's kind of how I decide where my machines are going to go. And then I set them up accordingly. So I had 3 machines set up to do different things, and I never had to change the feet. Because when I wanted to machine quilt, I just take this one, put it on the floor, and bring the other one up, you know. It was, I didn't have to worry about which screwdriver went to which machines, because I found certain screwdrivers didn't work on certain machines, and it was like, which one go with this, and you messing with 3 and 4 of them, trying to figure out which one goes. So it was just easier for me to set it up and just leave it. And then I would even, like right now, I got the case down here that my 9960 goes in. It's still sitting up at my front door, because I just brought it in and just plopped it right by the door when I got it yesterday. So, but that's kind of what I do, and it eliminates me having to reset up machines and stuff to do different jobs. But when I first get them, I do kind of put them through their paces so I know what a machine does. And then if I'm making clothing or something, or need to use some kind of mending stitch or something like that, I know exactly how to run that on that machine. Oh, I know that it will run, and I just pick which one will do it better, and then that's what I do it on. Speaking of Singer, there's a YouTuber called The History Guy that did an episode on sewing machines. Interesting fact, Singer paid huge amounts in patent fines because they copied everyone else. Isn't that something? Kevin says, oh, he's talking to Sue. Kelly says, not only are they simpler, but they're made of metal, not plastic. And that's true. That Kenmore, every piece of it is metal. I think Baby Lock still has metal on the inside, but I'm thinking the outside now is plastic. Not Baby Lock, Bernina. Baby Locks are plastic. I'm thinking Bernina. I don't think Bernina is 100% metal like it used to be, which used to be their selling point, but I'm not sure yet, so I'll have to look into that. Major thing about vintage machines is that they're all metal and they were meant to be repaired. Yes. And the funny thing is from machine to machine almost, they had the same size part. So when you went from one machine to the other, the same part, like when you start buying bolts and screws and stuff, they were all compatible with the other machine. So it didn't even take a whole lot of machine parts back then. And then the price says, I have a 1935 Singer Featherweight and piece all my quilt tops on it. I love it. I use my featherweight sometimes when I'm just string piecing, like crumb piecing or strip piecing. And I haven't really used it like to do anything of substance. Now, I took it and got it clean too, because I was going to let somebody use it. And I think I found out what my problem was, because every once in a while I would get like a little skip stitch. And he said when I got the machine, I bought it from somebody that had taken it in and got it clean before they sold it to me. Which I like people that do that, actually. That take a machine in and get it clean before they give it to you. But the person who cleaned it put the bobbin case in wrong. The whole bobbin housing, not just the bobbin case, but the thing that the bobbin slips into, they had the little lever on the wrong side. And I kept trying to figure out, I even had my friend Normal trying to figure out how come my bobbin didn't go in like hers on her featherweight. And come to find out that, and we couldn't figure it out because we're not repair people, but end up that the piece that it goes into was in there wrong, okay? So they fixed that, and I shouldn't have any problems with it. I just haven't used it. I think I need to just pull it out and sew on it, just oil it and do some strip piecing on it to at least get it going again and make sure it's fine. But I haven't even sewed on it. Diane's being silly. Maybe reverse was jealous of forward. I got rid of my 1986 Kenmore just recently for a Janome Continental N7 and a Sashiko from Baby Lock. Betty Harris says, it's wonderful that men love to quilt. My brother love it too. Kelly says, I would love to have a featherweight. And Linda, I'm jealous of everyone who does one day. Dee Dee says, I have a featherweight my mother bought new before I was born. I'm 78, so it is 79. So it's like top. Best machine for piecing ever. That's why I need to get it out, because I really do think it's a great machine. And Remo says that it's hard to get anybody around here to work on singers. You can find Berninas all over. I have free motion on all my machines. I found Singer was a strange little beast. People were having so much difficulty free motion quilting on Singer, and I found it's even in the books, but people overlook it because it's not normal sounding. On the Singers, the model that I had, the XL1000, and I'm sure a few models in that range or that time period. I'm not sure about this 9960 because I'm not using it for that. But when you set it up for free motion, you drop your feed dogs, and you would think that stitch length and tension wouldn't have an issue, but you had to raise your stitch length all the way up to high as it would go, and then it's actually stitched beautiful in free motion. But I don't know why it was set up to do that. That was the craziest thing, because stitch length ain't got nothing to do with me moving my hands, because the needle was in one position. So it's kind of crazy. But it was weird. I have a LXI 6000. It replaced my LXI 5000. It still has light tension with the embroidery work. Tight tension with the embroidery work. If you're a dealer, Berninas is where the money is at. Yeah, it seems like right now a lot of people are getting Berninas, and it's been going on for a while. The only thing I think I don't like about Bernina, like when you buy your baby locks, or when I buy my machines, my Singers, 90% of the feet are included with your machine, whereas with Bernina, they give you about 4 or 5 feet, and then they want you to buy every foot you need after that. So it can get real, after you spent, say, $8,000-$9,000 for a Bernina embroidery sewing machine, and you got to go buy all the feet to do edge stitching, open toe foot, that kind of stuff. Your patchwork foot, if it's not included in the quilter's edition. So, you know, they nickel and dime you from now to the end of time, and then they always coming out with new feet. But I have to say, they got some pretty nifty feet, though, and they do great work. So I have to give them credit. But you can get ready to keep paying. And now I have 2 Berninas. That's from Didi. Mostly used to 1630, which is 25 years old. My new 770 can do everything, but I need more lessons. It threads itself. It ties off at the end and cuts the thread. And that's what this one over here does. It does all of that too. Too much on a Bernina to even learn. Kind of intimidating. I think you got to have a PhD in Bernina when you get one of their top line machines. I really do. Virgie says, hi, T and everyone. Late again. No problem. Welcome. And I didn't even tell you all. Y'all got so many comments in here. I can't even get to the bottom. But I did, I told you all on Saturday I was making a label. The label is still sitting over here, but I got the binding on the quilt, but I got to put the label on there. I got to hand sew the binding, or decide if I'm going to do it by machine to top stitch it, but it's on the front. And then I also have another quilt on my frame that's sitting there now, should be completed. I just got to now decide what kind of binding I want to put on it. So I have been doing some quilt work. I did sold some of these blocks from the project Kevin and I working on, but Kevin is just gone. I don't know, because I left the blocks. Oh, they're up there. 6 times 4 is 24. I got 32 blocks out of 84 sold, I guess. So I still got a lot of blocks to go. And they're basically like 9-patch blocks for the most part. So, so I have been doing some sewing. I haven't done any more sewing on my pineapple blocks though. I finished what I had pinned on Saturday, so I'll come back and sew on those on Saturday again. Depending on what models on the Bernina, buy one that comes with the stitch regulator. Yeah, and I think they got different types of stitch regulators for the different models too. Didi says, yes, you can screw up with the stitch regulator. All free motion quilting is the same size stitch. Yeah, and yeah, because if you go too fast, it'll start flashing lights and stuff on the screen if you sewing too fast with that Bernina on free motion quilting. As much as I love my featherweights, the 301s are the best, or the beast, and so much faster. Well, his answer to me might be different than what he would tell someone else, depending on the style of machine you're looking for, what you're using it for, and your price range. Virgie is telling Kelly, hey, I have a featherweight if you want to buy one. Saying that he recommended Janome HD 300s, black model, because Janome had just bought Nishi, and that model was actually a Nishi, but with Janome name on it. That's pretty cool. Oh, she's saying that XL 5000 and that XL 6000, those are the Singers brand, but it's got LXI. So I didn't know what she was talking about, but it's XL. Because mine is the Singer XL 1000, and they came out with a 5000 and a 6000. I had thought both times about increasing, upgrading my Singer when it came out. But I decided against it because that PSW software was just horrible. It was so difficult to learn that software. And then if you learn it, I'm pretty computer literate, and I'm determined to sit there and figure it out. And then if you don't use it for like a week or two, and you come back and it's like everything that it took for you to do before, you have lost it. It was just not very user friendly to me. So I just didn't do it anymore. Regina says, I do agree about the Bernina. I refuse to buy one. And Kim says that she bought a Nishi and everything worked great for a year, and then everything started going wrong. I love my Berninas, but you have to have a good dealer. Not all of them are. That's from Mary. Pamela says, I'm defending T and her machines. I have 6 Kenmore white, 3 Singers, and a brother. Each has its own unique assets. I also have a Viking sewing broader machine and 2 sergers and also 3 irons. That's right. And it was so funny because, I was talking about pressing and stuff, and somebody wrote me that I need to get a broiler, an iron with a broiler. I had one. I had the Bernina broiler iron, and they call it the Burnett, which is their lower line, but they had the iron, and the iron was over $150 or whatever. Well, I burned that iron up. I had a Rowenta generator. I burned that up. And then I also have a second Bernina, not Rowenta, not Bernina, Rowenta generator. And I used it for a while, but then when I moved into this room, I used to iron back here, and so it took up the whole cutting table because I was ironing and cutting. And I put it up because it was just too bulky. So it's actually in my closet. I haven't used it in years. But I'm sure if I pull it out and use it for 6 months, it'll die. I can put abuse on an iron. I just can. Linda says, I buy all of my attachments from the Singer Featherweight shop. They have everything, even for maintenance. Yes, and that's my shop that I go to. They're the cheapest, and their shipping ends up being free or cheap. If you go to some of these other places trying to order parts and stuff, they want so much in shipping, it's ridiculous. So I do stick with the Singer Featherweight shop when I'm ordering. Didi says, are you going to do any more quilts hanging off the porch? I have been missing those videos. I haven't uploaded July video. I didn't do a whole lot in July, but I have a video, and I have a video for August. I haven't done a whole lot in August, but I got the video. Just haven't had time to edit. And, I've been so busy with other stuff that you all have been making me busy, which I'm grateful for. But I just haven't had time to edit. And then when I finally get free time, it's like, do I want to edit, or do I want to come in here and do some personal sewing? I also need to do personal sewing as compared to always doing just work or business related sewing, because I have not done personal sewing in a long time. So I decided I wanted to come in, and I've been working on those pineapple blocks. And then I even had a session where I sold some of these blocks on this current project that I'm working on too. So, yes, I have videos. I have not had time to edit videos. I got quite a few videos that I stopped recording because I done lost track of how many videos I recorded that it hasn't been edited and uploaded, okay? But I do plan to do that. And then I've been working with this wood turner. That's been you all have kept me busy for the entire month of August, basically dealing with the wood turner, between the 2 orders that I put out and then shipping those orders, and then I went to visit him, and then going back and forth about the product, what we need, getting orders from you all. I have been sitting on the computer doing orders for wood turning products for the most part. So that's why I needed to come in and do some sewing. So that's why I've been in here mostly sewing and haven't done any editing. But I do plan to do some editing. I got to go back and figure out where in the world did I even leave off. But I want to get the July up and maybe the August. So maybe I'll do those 2 videos first. I had some butler videos that I have not edited. I feel like I'm having a sinus attack. Hold on. And I don't have any water in here. My eyes are watering. I have taken Flonase, but I did not take my Allegra D today. I was trying not to take Allegra D every day, but I may have to go back and take it, okay? I got a watery eye over here now. So I do have the videos recorded, Maria. I just haven't, I mean, not Maria, Didi. I just haven't had time to edit them. But I will work on those. Those will be my first priority when I go to put those up. Virgie says, my Bonita deal is 50 miles away from me, too far to travel for classes for me. And that's so funny when I hear people say certain miles from, you know, particular areas. It's all about where areas where people are located. Because in St. Louis area, we would drive 120 miles to go get what we want. We don't care. We go get it. We're always going across town for various different things. So traveling for us is nothing in St. Louis, Missouri. I think the whole state of Missouri, I think we'll go get our stuff for the most part. Maybe people in total rural, like true rural, that are farming or something like that, maybe they don't, because they're mostly homesteaders. But most of us will go get what we want. I haven't done much sewing. Augie Bear won't let me. I guess I'm going to be taking this Allegra D when I get off this chat, which I'm already over. Tucker is here saying, hey everyone, sorry I've not been as active tonight working on my new used computer quilting system. What are we all working on? And this eye, my throat and my eye. It's just like once stuff shut down, it just shut down, okay? Veronica says, you all know I don't sew. I hang in because y'all are funny. T, you are a hoot. Yes. I get it from you all. I am. I'm a mess anyway. I'm going to just go ahead and tell you. Patricia says, I use QuiltWorks for the working, and the other software is out of date, but works fine as long as my computer doesn't die Windows 95 or 98. Yeah, I use Designer Gallery's QuiltWorks too, or Custom Work, stuff like that. Yep. Virgie says, I have 6 irons. Deanna says, T, do you have a pattern for the Minnie Mouse quilt you made? No, because you can't, that was one of the reasons that I didn't really charge my friend for doing that quilt, because when you start charging for Disney stuff, you can't do that because it's a copyright, and Disney will come after you. They don't care if you are a peanut. They gonna come and get that peanut. So no, I don't have any pattern for that, and and that's because it is a Disney product, and that's why I made my own embroidery, and then I just charged my friend for the supplies and for me long arm quilting it. but I did not charge her for making it. So I specifically, I just charged her my regular quilting rate, and I gave her receipts for the materials, just so that they know I wasn't selling Disney. So Nope. Eric has 2 irons but 3 ironing boards. I don't know how that's gonna work. He said go figure that one. Francis says, I just stick with my brother Baby Lock and Journey. That's the machine, the Journey from Baby Lock that's in between the Elissimo and the Solaris. I also have 1 featherweight, 2 Singer old machines, 1 serger, and 1 heavy duty machine. Now all I need is a long arm. That's right. I used to have a friend whose dad was a federal mediator who would bring home fresh marine lobster. The kids would name them and play with them, and then they'd cry when they would be cooked. Francis got one of those large boards for ironing. I think about getting one. She's asking who has one of those large boards for ironing. I was thinking about getting one. Any suggestions? I ended up making mine, but I feel like it's too heavy for me to even be bothered with. So I ended up using it as a top on my kitchen. I bought a kitchen, like kitchen sink, kitchen cabinet base, and then I put that on top. It actually fit perfect. So I stopped carrying it because I didn't use light enough wood when I made mine. But I like the big ironing surface, especially when you're ironing yardage. It comes in really handy over using an ironing board. And people talking about the irons. We got so many comments. I'm going to the bottom. I'm going to read the bottom comments because we're going to get off of here. Eric says, I think the throat size is 9 or 10 inches. He's talking about for the Juki DDL 5550, which is a heavy duty or an industrial sewing machine, I think. Juki sounds like a great machine. Remo is reminding everybody to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you, Remo. I appreciate that. Because we're going to be ending here in a minute. Terry is coming in saying I'm late as usual. Grateful I didn't miss the live completely, I guess. Just about. Originally the Singer 9960. Originally the 9960 for... Originally, the Singer 9960 sold for around $1,400, but they had so much trouble out of it that it was sold for $299. If you get a good one, that's great. I have been seeing those machines because they're no longer being made and people are wanting them. It seems like everybody wants the Singer 9960, and I've seen prices where people were asking like $2,000 for that machine. I was like, that's crazy, because my friend, when she used mine, she was like, you know, I'm thinking about upgrading my machine because she had a low-line machine, and she was thinking that she really liked sewing on it. And I go, I don't think that they make them anymore. And then when I went and looked to see, they don't make them anymore. And the price on somebody having it on eBay was ridiculous. Mary says, T, go take a break. Take care of you. I made my big ironing boards and saved hundreds. That was Susie. I made mine too, but I just used too much. I used too heavy of a plywood. I needed something lighter. And so, but I did end up using it in the end anyway. I used it on my ironing board for a long time. It was just that when we went to retreats, I didn't want to take it. So I ended up making it just a stable surface. But basically, you're just cutting a piece of wood that overhangs your ironing board, say, about 3 inches or whatever, because it could be like up to 24 inches or something wide. And then the length of your ironing board, I just put my ironing board down, I traced my ironing board on it, and then I bought some 1x2s or something like that, or some strip wood, and then I measured that out, glued it down, and then put nails in it, and then you just put batting over it, and I just staple muslin, and it's a rectangle. So you can make it yourself, but I made my little wood pieces go. I made them come in toward the top so that they went around the ironing board and wouldn't come off, wouldn't slide. But you can make those big boards yourself. Just get some lighter wood than what I got. So I agree, Sue. And I think we're going to end here. Let me see. Remo says 90 watching, only 52 thumbs up. We like T's channel. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Some people hit it once they come back and do it once they go live, because if they on their televisions, they can't hit the thumbs up. So I do understand that. Vivian says, T, I'm finished with my pineapple quilt. We'll post it on Facebook. That'll be awesome. Go drink some hot tea with lemon and take that Allegra D. You need a dedicated place for the big board. And I just slid it behind one of my tables when I wasn't using it, where I slid it like I put my ironing board behind. No, it was like behind one of my shelving units or something like that. But you do need to have a place to put it when you're not using it. And Eric says, don't forget Zoom chat this Sunday, 9/13. Info will be posted on the Facebook Teaquilts Facebook group page. And I'll try to post the link on in a community post on YouTube as well. Kim saying good night to everybody. So yeah. Tiffany, thank you so much for popping in. Still praying for you. Hope you feel better. I know you got a doctor's appointment. Hopefully they'll give you some good drugs to knock that migraine out, because you need some serious meds by now to get rid of that. So thanks, everybody. Continue to stay blessed and stay safe. And I will see you all Saturday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, for our Saturday sew-in chat, where I'll be back working on those pineapple blocks. See ya. Bye, everybody. Reach up here and cut you all off.